everybody? Welcome to 134 of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chad Talkton. Joining me, as always, is the man whose TEW booking skills are hotter than Eminem's new album, Jmack Gaming.
Man, that's not a lot of credit to my TEW booking skills, then, man. It's really, you set the bar low right there.
And joining me, as always, is the man whose TW booking styles are better than The Last Jedi, Jmack Gaming.
Man, you're really not doing...
Joining me, as always, is the man whose TW booking styles are better than Enzo Amore's in-ring ability, Jmack Gaming.
Fuck, man, let's just get into this show. Fuck you.
I liked The Last Jedi. And then a decent pre-show match. Scott Norton defeats Conan in 7:55 with a powerbomb. Got a 68. Let's see how your pre-show match did.
Man, Scott Norton, after losing on Monday Night Raw, comes back and beats Conan.
Yes.
Good for him.
Good for him.
The ultimate team player. Damn.
So we made this a technical masterclass, and about that decent wrestling but not much heat, Dean Malenko defeated Lance Storm by submission with a Texas Cloverleaf.
Good for you, Dean Malenko.
Now, I know it was a 66, but did better than I thought it was going to.
Did better? Oh,
yeah.
Falling off. Yeah. If once Lance Storm improves a lot more, this could be a main event player for you.
Yeah, right?
All right, Chad.
All right.
Let's get into it.
And the show starts. Randy Savage comes down to the ring and he grabs a microphone and he says, on Monday Nitro, I was the WCW World Heavyweight Champion. Oh, yeah. And then my world flipped upside down when the love of my life turned her back on me. And my one and only shot to get revenge and get back my championship belt was taken from me at the hands of Chris Jericho. And then Eric Bischoff traded me to Thunder. But that's okay, because this is now the show that Macho Man Randy Savage is going to build. Macho Man is going to put Thunder on the map. Oh, yeah. And it's going to be... we're not the Madison Square Garden. We're at the Madness Square Garden. Oh, yeah. And everyone's like, this is the TD Garden. and Randy Savage is like, and I won opportunity last week to get my shot at another world championship, and the Madness is going to win, and I'm gonna become the Universal Champion. Oh, yeah. And then Chris Jericho comes down to the ring, and he's laughing. He starts laughing. He's like, Randy, I didn't know you were a comedian. You need to really rethink your career moves. You know, if this wrestling thing doesn't pan out, which I mean, after the pay-per-view it won't, you should really join some open mic nights and really maybe become a comic. You know, maybe you can go join one of those shitty sitcoms on that Ted Turner likes to put on so badly. You know, I'm sure there's room for you. But you know, the only thing more funny than that is the fact that you think you actually have a shot at my Universal Championship. You see, no one has a shot at this championship because nobody can hang with Chris Jericho. All right, I won the Money in the Bank on a pole match for a reason, because I was the better wrestler than you. And at the pay-per-view, I'm going to prove that I'm the better wrestler when I put you in the walls of Jericho and you tap out in the middle of the ring, because my submission hold is deadly. In fact, it's the most deadly submission hold in all of WCW. Hell, it's the most deadliest submission hold in all of wrestling. It's the best there ever was, the best there ever will be, and then Bret Hart's music hits. And he says, first of all, Chris, if you're going to say my catchphrase, at least say it right. It's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And the only time you can ever say that is when you're talking about the Hitman, Bret Hart. He says, and while we're on the subject of Bret Hart, I want to talk about something that I was promised. I was promised a world championship match if I helped Eric Bischoff. And how does he help me with that? He sends me to Thunder. So, Randy, I'm with you. I'm a little mad that I was put on Thunder. However, I definitely want to right the wrong that happened at Starcade because I never had an opportunity to get an even playing field for the Universal Championship because Chris, you cashed in on me in the match. So you know what? I want to make this match a triple threat match. And Jericho laughs and says, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Listen, all right, I can beat you blindfolded. I could be anybody. All right, we can have the entire roster against me, and I'd still win. But it's not fair to Randy. It's not fair to the Macho Man that he has to share the spotlight. He's already going to get embarrassed by me. He can't get embarrassed by another wrestler. So Brett, maybe you just go back to the end of the line, and after I give Low D and Sick Boy a shot, then you can be next in line." And Savage says, "Brett, the madness is going to show just how good he is. Tonight, in the main event, oh yeah, versus the Macho Man. And if you win, the match is a triple threat match." And Brett says, "You're on," and they shake hands. And Jericho is just fuming and says, "I will not let this happen. I'm going right to Ric Flair's office, and I'm gonna make sure this match does not happen." And he strolls out of the ring, and Randy and Brett's face off.
Okay.
So good promo to start the show.
Good opening, getting the crowd hot for this big WCW Thunder.
And we go to a decent match. Diamond Dallas Page defeats Ron Killings in 7:43 with a diamond cutter.
Okay.
Diamond Dallas Page getting himself a win.
Ron Killings getting himself a match.
Yeah. DDP then looks into the camera and says, "Ahmed, I'm coming for that belt." And then Ahmed and Stevie Ray and Ron Killings storm the ring, and they start attacking Diamond Dallas Page, and then they all pose at their belts.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We go to commercial. We see Horace Hogan, Low D, and Sick Boy in the ring. Low D has a microphone. He says, "Yo, yo, 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 it's the Low Down with your boy, Low D, and the sickest man in the game, Sick Boy!" The crowd, pops, because that's a great catchphrase. And Low D says, "And we really boost our star power because we've got the only Hogan in the game, Horace Hogan." And Horace grabs the microphone. He says, "That's right. My uncle may be turning in his boots. He may be done. But that's okay, because Has-Been Hogan may have left you all, but Horace Hogan is still here. And let's be honest, all right? I'm still young in my career. I'm going to pass my Uncle Hulk in every possible way. And tonight's the start, because me and my new NWO posse, Low D and Sick Boy, we are going to prove why the three of us, are the greatest. Because I'm not held down by Has-Been Hogan. They're not held down by Raven and the Flock. All right, we're on our own now, and today is the day where we prove just how great we are. Now, we're having an open challenge. Any team, come down here and get in the ring and wrestle my two best friends, Low D and the sickest man in the game, Sick Boy! Or should I say, Sick Brother. And then Sharknado's music hits.
No, it doesn't.
Oh no, Bobby Heenan's music hits. And everyone's like, and they're like confused, and Bobby Heenan goes, Hang on. Sorry, I was going to be out sooner, but I heard this promo and started puking. Bobby the Brain Heenan is officially on the Thunder commentary. I was supposed to debut last week, but I got caught in traffic. But that's okay. I'm here now. And unfortunately, I'm kind of sad I'm here now because literally, I think I had a brain aneurysm with that horrible promo. But listen, I was in the back, and while I was walking, I saw a team that's just licking its chops to get a hold of you two, or you three. So without further ado, let me introduce to you your opponents. Two men who I think are the future of the business. A hot young tag team.
Oh, no, Bobby, no.
Sharknado.
Oh no, Bobby.
About to have terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Sick Boy and Low D defeated Shark Boy and Hurricane in 726 when Low D defeated Shark Boy with a pinfall, by pinfall with an aerial brainbuster. During that match, we had Horace Hogan running in to attack Shark Boy. Oh no, the NWO no.
Oh, Jesus.
And we follow that wonderful performance with a six-man tag, our hardcore division. And about to head subpar wrestling in Little Heat. Tommy Dreamer, Stevie Richards, and Shane Douglas defeated Just Incredible, Sabu, and Hardcore Balls in 1818 with a pile driver.
Yeah,
oh man,
this was not good.
Yeah, listen, all right, we're gonna start off. We're gonna finish strong. I'm not worried. See. We come to the ring. Vader comes out. He says, "Last week I was interrupted. Vader's shoots got ruined by that son of a bitch Scott Steiner. But that's okay because your best friend Vader is here, and I'm giving the new and improved version of." And he points to the Titantron, and a logo pops up, and it says, "Vader shoots." And he says, "Here's the thing. I came to this company because I wanted to make a name for myself because I know all the great talent come to WCW. And I was teamed with a man who everyone said is the future of the business. The man who has the largest arms. It was the largest arms versus the largest man. And it was supposed to be the big Starrcade match, and I dropped the ball. All right, I lost to Scott Steiner. But let me tell you why I lost to Scott Steiner. I didn't lose to Scott Steiner because he's the better man. I lost to Scott Steiner because my mask was on too tight and it was distracting me. Had the right circumstances happened, I would have beaten Scott Steiner and it would have been a cakewalk. And no one likes cake more than Vader. I am the man. It's Vader time, bitches. So Scott, why don't you get in the ring and face me again, and I'll right the wrong of Starrcade and kick your ass. Scott Steiner comes out, and Scott Steiner says, "Ah! The only thing I'm gonna give you is one of DDP's workout videos.
Oh no.
You big fat piece of shit! You can't hang with the big bad booty daddy. I've got the largest arms. You got the largest belly. Vader, this isn't Japan. This is WCW Thunder. This isn't Vader shoots. This is Vader shit.
Damn.
And Vader, you're shit. And you can't hang with Scott Steiner.
Damn.
Now how about tonight? You and I square off in a match. And I'll show you what happens when you piss off Scott Steiner. Do you have a wife, Vader? Because after I get done fucking you in this ring,
Whoa.
I'm gonna take your... And then all of a sudden, Ric Flair's music hits. He's off camera. He's like, whoa, 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 that's enough. This is a family show. You're getting carried away with this angle, brother. Woo! And then he says, listen, all right, you guys are gonna be in a match, but you guys are gonna team up.
Oh. I thought that was another promo. Whoops.
Oh, that's okay. Hang on, we'll touch on this here in a second. You guys are going to team up, and you guys are going to take on Scott Hall and Kevin Nash tonight, because they also have some issues that they need to work out, and you guys are going to settle it in the ring. And then we go to commercial, and we come back, and Alex Wright faces Fit Finlay, and Alex Wright wins with an STF.
Oh, the move that beat John Cena.
The move that beat John Cena. What do you think of that angle, brother?
There was a lot going on. You got to give me a little bit to process.
So, Alex Wright and Arn Anderson, they're in the ring, celebrating their win. Arn says, last week we beat Rick's son. This week we beat Fit Finlay. We're on a roll. All right, and Alex Wright is the future. He is the lead horseman of my new stable. It's coming. All right, and let me tell you something. It's going to be great. It's going to bring Alex Wright great fortune when this stable debuts. All right, and it's and Arn Anderson is bringing greatness to the legacy of Alex Wright, and Alex Wright is going to have a much better career than my sorry excuse of a friend Ric Flair ever had.
Wow.
Because Ric Flair just doesn't know when to quit. All right, Ric Flair puts his body in harm's way every single week. Rick, you need to pass the torch to the future, and the future is this man, Alex Wright. Woo! Ric Flair comes to the ring. He says, Arn, I didn't think I heard you correctly. Did you say it's time for the Nature Boy to pass the torch? The Nature Boy is the torch. The Nature Boy is the present. The Nature Boy just happens to also be the general manager of Thunder. I can make matches. And next week, I'm making a special match for Alex Wright. It's going to be Alex Wright versus the Nature Boy Ric Flair in a last man standing. Woo! And after I whoop Alex Wright all around this ring, Arn, I'm coming for you. So that's next week.
Damn. That's a big match right there.
Big match. All right. And in a superb match, to set this up, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash come out, and they're arguing the whole way down. And then when Scott and Vader come out, they're also arguing the whole way down. But it was a superb match. And in the end, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash defeated Steiner and Vader when Kevin Nash defeated Vader with a jackknife powerbomb.
Jesus.
Yeah, Vader was the weak link, but it's okay. I got an 80.
Vader has really fallen off.
Yeah.
67. We'll look at the stats for him.
It's Vader time, brother. All right, and then after the match is over with, Hall and Nash are celebrating, not together. They're both on separate areas of the ring, and they're celebrating. And Scott Hall pushes Kevin Nash, and Kevin Nash looks, and he takes off his sunglasses, and Scott Steiner takes off his sunglasses, and Scott Hall lifts his sunglasses up to see better, and Vader just doesn't wear any sunglasses. But Scott Steiner and Kevin Nash start like pushing each other back and forth, and a brawl ensues. And Scott Hall goes under the ring, and he pulls out popcorn, and he's eating the popcorn. And then Vader shows up, and he also has some popcorn. And they're both watching the popcorn. And then Kevin Nash pushes Scott Steiner into Scott Hall and knocks his popcorn all over the place. And Scott Hall, is furious. So then he pushes Scott Steiner, and there's a brawl. And Vader's just loving this. But he got too close, and Kevin Nash accidentally punched Vader. So Vader and Scott Steiner are brawling with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. And Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, they overpower him. Because of their history together. And, Steiner and Vader end up clearing the ring and going their separate ways because they're not friends, but they're also like, all right, I just lost. Like, fuck this. I'm done. And so they both leave. And then Scott Steiner and Kevin Nash are in the ring looking at each other. And then the crowd pops. And then they start brawling. And they start brawling in the middle of the ring until we go to commercial.
You lost me with the popcorn. I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. Let's move on to the main. I gotta figure out what's going. It might be because Thunder's like a B show, and that might be
maybe.
it.
Who knows? But in an exceptional match, Bret Hart defeats Randy Savage in 2011 by a sharpshooter. That means Chris Jericho was not able to convince Rick to turn this decision. That means at the pay-per-view, we're getting Randy Savage versus Bret Hart versus Chris Jericho for the Universal Championship. And we go to the next segment. Chris Jericho gets in the ring and he says, I am under protest. This is ludicrous. Chris Jericho is the hottest thing in this company, and I am sick and tired of being held down by management. When I was on Thunder, when I was on Nitro, I was a cruiserweight doing nothing, and now I'm here, and I'm forced to defend my championship against two men who don't deserve it. This is ridiculous. I am sick of it. It's not happening. This is asinine. And Bret Hart just low blows Chris Jericho and puts him in the sharpshooter. And then after that, Macho Man Randy Savage climbs the top rope and drops an elbow on Jericho.
Nice.
Yep, and that's the end of the show.
There we go. A big old 97 to save
you. Big old 97.
To save you.
What'd Thunder get? 84. I'll take it.
All right. Yeah.
All right, what'd you think of that Thunder, brother?
It was all over the fucking place.
It was all over the
But I
place.
think it did a great job of continuing the stories leading up to sold out,
I
right?
think it's sold out. Yeah.
All right.
So I'm thinking about making two brand pay-per-views a month because
Oh Jesus!
because I looked well, and I'm not sure yet because that's a lot to book, and I don't want this entire thing to be me booking 4 shows and you booking just a, or you know what I mean.
Yeah,
But sold out as I have it slated is 12 matches,
that's fine.
and that's a lot.
That's fine.
So I'm either gonna have dual branded pay-per-views that have like fucking 100 matches on the card, which is probably what I'm going to go with. I just think that would be easier to book.
Well, we'll figure it out. Let's let the people in the comments decide what they want.
Yeah, but if I don't like their opinion, I'm not gonna listen to them. All right, guys, that was Thunder. Leave a like, leave a comment. 68 more subscribers, and we're getting the 370 celebration stream. It's gonna be great. We're giving away T-shirts. It's gonna be a great time. We will see you guys later.
See ya. Fuck the elite.